PCR and anterior and pars plana approach. Okay. So Dr. Rohit will be telling us which is a better way to go, anterior or pars plana. Very important for all anterior segment surgeons. Dr. Rohit, over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Sanjay, for the kind invitation and AIOS. Well, the topic which has been given to me is vitrectomy in PCR. Is the limbal approach to be followed, or we have to go in for a pars plana approach? Well, as we can see, the incidence of posterior capsular rent performed by experienced surgeons is placed at 0.45% to 3.6%. Whereas in surgeons who are converting from ECCE to FACO, it's slightly on the higher side, rather much on the higher side, from 4.8% to as high as 11%. In other words, in other words, we have to be prepared for it. Code V has to be there where everybody in the operation theater should be aware of it. And we have to be calm. We have not to lose any calmness. No panic button has to be pushed. And the vitrectomy kit, we have to be ready with it. So these are the basic things with which we have to be moved. And the some basic principles on PC rupture, if we know, then we can decide which one will help us to go forward. We have to realize that vitreous flows from high pressure gradient to low pressure gradient. So that is the first thing which we should know. And so we have to limit the damage. The recognition of PCR is very important. And after we know that PCR has happened, the first impulse with us, the anterior segment surgeon, is that we tend to withdraw the phaco probe. Definitely, that should not be done. We should inject OVD from the side port so that had we withdrawn the phaco probe, the vitreous would have come forward. And the posterior capsule rupture, had it been small, it would have enlarged. So an OVD has to be injected from the side port. Now the selection of OVD is also very important. A viscodispersive, which stays for a longer time, has to be used, quite contrary to the viscocohesive one. Once we have identified that, then we have to visualize it. So for visualization, it is very important, the way Dr. Sanjay showed in his videos, that we have to use preservative-free triamcinolone, because at the end point, we have to clear the anterior segment of any vitreous so that we should be able to put an implant in a better way. So the vitrector which has to be used has to be of the smallest gauge, but it has to go with the machine. The maximum cut rate possible has to be used, which is possible with the machine, which may be from 800 to 5,000. The lowest effective vacuum has to be used, and there has to be an infusion. We have not there has to be an infusion which has to balance the vacuum for normotension in the globe, and we have to decrease the height to the low bottle height. And while moving the cutter, it has to be at the continuous cutting mode, and while exiting, it has to be at foot position 0. So intraoperatively, there should not be any, going fishing for the nucleus piece, because the vitreous is trapped around the lenticular fragment. We have to protect tissues from collateral damage like cornea, iris, and so the basic principles are, I have already, as Dr. Sanjay has told, the foot position 1 has to be irrigation, foot position 2 irrigation and cutting, and foot position 3 irrigation, cutting, and vacuum. And when you are doing the aspiration of the cortex, then it has to be IA cut mode. For anterior vitrectomy, we tend to go in for that because it is simple for anterior segment surgeons, and there is no hesitation which is involved. And this is courtesy Dr. Shail Vasavra. This, he's not using the main port. There are 2 ports which have to be used. You saw the size of the posterior capsular rent. So now when we are doing vitrectomy not from the main port, from the 2 ports, you will suddenly find, as and how we are moving, the size of the posterior capsular rent is increasing. So this posterior capsular rent increase means that the rent is not the same what we were trying to, and this is a high speed one. You can see now when we are trying to do from the anterior approach, from the limbal approach, the size of the posterior capsular rent increases. So this is one thing which we have to keep in mind, that when we are doing all these things with anterior vitrectomy through the pars plana, no second opinion that we are using two side ports with the main incision closed, PCR still enlarges. There is an intraoperative vitreoretinal traction. So no proper symmetrical removal of vitreous is there from the retro-PC area, which may cause IOL tilting. Because if we have removed the ideal situation is that we should remove vitreous from uh, adequately and symmetrically from the posterior aspect of the capsule, which is not possible with the anterior vitrectomy. So, and with the sizing of the posterior capsule enlarging and not able to round off, the IOL implantation plan may have to be changed. So these are some disadvantages which we come across. But we have a hesitation for pars plana approach because in our post graduation days, we at times do not have an adequate exposure. Since we do not have an adequate exposure, there is an hesitation. We feel that it's a rocket science which is involved because it involves new learning. So why posterior vitrectomy is important? Because the traction is minimized as vitreous flows from high pressure to low pressure. It is efficient. So there are minimal chances of vitreous representing. So PC rupture is not enlarged during maneuvering. So proper vitreous removal, since the cutter is behind, from the retro PC areas there, so you will not have any tilting of IOL. There is least zonular trauma, and there is no need of wicking incisions as vitreous gets removed with amputation. So pars plana technique, 3 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter from the limbus, aim towards the optic nerve. You may use trocar, you may not use trocar. If you're not using trocar, you have to create a conjunctival flap. And after conjunctival flap, once you go in with the MVR blade or the side port, aiming towards the center of the optic, towards the optic nerve, you may have to stitch it up. So this is, what happens when we use the pars plana approach. You will find when the, cutting is there from the posterior aspect, and when the vitreous goes from the front to the back, you will find that the PCR doesn't enlarge. So this is what we should definitely bear in mind. This is, what is happening from behind. So PCR doesn't enlarge, and there is no issue of it presenting again. And most important, the posterior retrocapsular area is perfectly fine. This is, the presentation to show, how you can use the trocar, and after using the trocar at the 3 and you can easily go in. So, but the most important thing which we have to bear in mind is that post-surgically, we need to have a VR checkup done because we might have created some rent, some, hole or some traction somewhere. So that is what has to be there. At the end of the day, posterior pars plana technique is the one which should be followed and which each one of ourselves should get rebooted to. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Dr. Roy. So it is very clear that, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
So it is very clear that an anterior segment surgeon should try the pars plana route. There is no doubt about it. It makes for a much better vitrectomy in a PCR. Only if
Absolutely.
you have a hesitancy, then you do an anterior route or a limbal route, and you try at times to go through the rent into the posterior chamber and do a vitrectomy, which works, but it would work better if you go through the pars plana route that is established.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, the next question is, you are maintaining a chamber stability with an infusion.
Absolutely.
So now, would your infusion be through pars plana or would your infusion be from the limbus?
From the limbus. From the limbus, you can absolutely do at the limbus also without any hesitation.
Yeah. So an anterior chamber maintainer in the limbus is putting in the infusion through the limbus, and that is creating an advantage because the fluid is moving from the front to the back.
Yeah.
Had you had it from behind, maybe it could have taken the vitreous with it to the front, but front to behind makes for a much better way of infusion to move.
And another important thing, if the limbal approach is sufficing for us anterior segment surgeons, making a second port, it makes things all the more, increasing the learning curve and everything, and going into the forbidden area for the anterior segment surgeons. This is what I personally feel that with the limbal approach, yes, I mean the infusion with the AC maintainer and from the posterior side, from the pars plana, the vitrector, the cutter.
Okay, now the third point, most of our phaco machines support a 23 gauge cutter
Absolutely.
and not a 25 gauge. Now 25 gauge is relatively stitchless,
Yes, absolutely.
but 23 gauge could be stitchless, but may not be, may still have a leak.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the retina guys advise that if you're using a 23 gauge and you are not a master in using that technique, maybe it is advisable that you place a stitch there so that you don't land up into problems later. So the anterior segment surgeon should not hesitate in placing a 10-0 stitch at the pars plana port just to keep things safe. What do you say?
100%. I 100% agree with you. As far as the port is concerned, whatever port is allowed by the machine, whichever is available, that should be used. Number one. And if you are using a trocar, at times it is self-sealing, but we should not risk it. So that should be closed. But if you are using an MVR blade, definitely that has to be closed.
Right. Thank you, Rohit. Your presentation was very explanatory. It really makes a difference to the anterior segment surgeons to try to achieve those skills of learning and going through the pars plana. Initially, you may need help of a vitrector or retina friend
Yes,
to
absolutely.
instill that confidence. So you can go up to a retina guy or call them over something. But yes, you have to change over.
I think earlier the better, and the young people in the audience would not have, when you are young, they say जोश ज्यादा होता है, होश कम होती है.
Hmm.
हमारी एज में आके होश ज्यादा होती है, जोश कम हो जाता है. So the younger you are, the earlier you should go, you should start it. And I can tell you, this 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line, limbal approach would be an approach which would be done by a minority of surgeons.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you.
Great presentation, Dr. Roy.
Thank you.